All right, welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. This time, we're going way back to the 16th century
Oh, wow.
to explore the world of Henry Cornelius Agrippa
Okay.
and his 3 books of occult philosophy. But specifically, we'll be focusing on book 2, which delves into, I think, some really interesting stuff like celestial magic, the power of numbers,
Yeah.
and even how to create objects that are infused
Yeah.
with celestial energy.
You know, it's interesting. When you hear that word occult, you might think of something mysterious or even spooky.
Right.
But Agrippa, he wasn't some shadowy figure hiding in the dark. He was a respected scholar.
Mm-hmm.
And he approached these topics with a surprisingly systematic and reasoned mindset.
It's true, he was very much grounded in the mathematics,
Yeah.
philosophy, and natural sciences of his day. In fact, he starts book 2 by emphasizing the power of mathematics to create what he calls wonderful things.
Interesting.
Yeah, he even points to examples like the seemingly indestructible pillars of Hercules and Alexander, or the incredible construction of the pyramids, as proof.
And it wasn't just ancient architecture that fascinated him. Agrippa also mentions the legendary brazen head, a talking head from classical antiquity.
Right.
Now, we might be tempted to dismiss these things as myths or tall tales, but Agrippa saw them as evidence of natural mathematical principles at work. He believed that we simply hadn't uncovered the scientific explanations for these marvels yet.
It's like he was saying, hey, there's more to the world than meets the eye, and math is the key to unlocking its secrets. And this leads us to one of Agrippa's most fascinating ideas, the concept that numbers have inherent virtues. He didn't just see them as tools for counting. He believed they held a deeper meaning, a kind of energetic resonance that connects to everything in the cosmos.
Exactly. For Agrippa, each number had its own unique character and significance. He linked numbers to specific divine entities, elements, seasons, even different stages of human life.
Yeah.
For example, the number 4 wasn't just the quantity after 3. It represented the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water, the building blocks of the material world.
That makes you think about numbers in a whole new light, doesn't it? Do you have a favorite number? I wonder what Agrippa would say about its hidden meaning and how it might reflect your own personality or experiences.
I think he'd have a lot to say about it. Agrippa believed that by understanding the unique qualities of each number, we could unlock deeper levels of knowledge about ourselves and the universe around us. This concept was really central to his overall philosophy, which saw the world as this vast interconnected web where everything was related.
He makes the distinction between what he calls vocal numbers and rational numbers. Now, to be honest, I was a little confused by this at first. What exactly did he mean by those terms?
Good question. It might seem a bit strange to us now, but Agrippa was working within a philosophical tradition that saw numbers as having both an exoteric or outward
Meaning?
and an esoteric.
Or hidden.
Meaning,
So vocal numbers were the everyday numbers that we use for practical purposes, but rational numbers had a more symbolic and spiritual significance.
that's the gist of it. Think of it this way. Vocal numbers are like the words we use to communicate, while rational numbers are like the underlying thoughts and concepts that give those words meaning. Agrippa believed that these rational numbers held the key to understanding the deeper hidden workings of the universe.
So how did Agrippa suggest we tap into the power of these rational numbers? I mean, did he just recommend that we all become math whizzes?
Well, he certainly emphasized the importance of studying mathematics and understanding its principles. But he also believed that we could access the power of numbers through various practices, including the creation of specific images and characters that were imbued with celestial energy.
Wait, so he's talking about creating objects that actually hold power. How did that work?
He outlined a very specific process for crafting these images and characters. It involved using particular materials, inscribing them with certain symbols and names, and even creating them under specific astrological conditions to align them with a desired outcome. He even provides examples, like an image of Saturn for safe childbirth, or a serpent image for success in petitions.
Wow, that's some next level stuff. It's like he was creating a blueprint for channeling cosmic energy.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to his belief that the entire universe operates
According to
these specific
Yeah.
mathematical principles. He believed that if you understood those principles and worked with them correctly, you could, in a sense, program the universe to work in your favor. It really is fascinating how Agrippa saw this connection between the physical and the metaphysical.
Yeah.
It's like he was blending science and magic in a way that we rarely see today.
I know. It makes you wonder if we've lost something by separating those two realms so strictly. But let's get back to these magical objects.
Okay.
Did Agrippa believe that just anyone could create them? Or did it require some special skill or training?
Well, he certainly emphasized the importance of knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and understanding.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't just randomly slap some symbols together and expect them to work. He believed that to truly tap into the celestial powers, you needed a deep understanding of the underlying principles of mathematics, astrology, and natural philosophy.
So it wasn't just about following a recipe. You had to really understand the why behind it all.
Exactly. And it wasn't just a matter of intellectual knowledge either.
Yeah.
Agrippa also believed that the creator's own intentions and spiritual state played a crucial role in imbuing the object with power.
It's almost like he was describing a kind of energetic alchemy, where you're not just working with physical materials.
But also with your own consciousness
Yeah.
and intention.
Yeah.
Thinking about that, have you ever carried a lucky charm or a talisman? Do you think those kinds of objects hold any real power? Or is it more about this psychological effect they have on us?
I've always been fascinated by the way humans imbue objects with meaning and significance, whether it's a lucky coin or a religious icon.
It seems like we have this innate desire to connect with something beyond ourselves. And for Agrippa, that connection was very real and tangible. He believed that these objects could act as conduits for celestial energies.
And this brings us to another key aspect of Agrippa's system, his intricate web of celestial correspondences. He talks about how everything in the cosmos is connected, from the planets and stars to the elements and even human qualities.
All right, it gets pretty complex.
Okay.
But essentially, Agrippa believed that each planet, like Mars or Venus, had its own unique personality and influence. Its planetary influences extended to everything from the days of the week and the metals we use to the colors we wear and even the music we create.
He goes into a lot of detail about the 7 classical planets and their associations. For example, he links the sun with gold, the color yellow, and the musical mode of Lydian. It's like he's creating this cosmic symphony where everything is in harmony.
It's a beautiful idea, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's not just limited to the planets either. Agrippa also describes a system of 28 lunar mansions, each associated with
a different aspect of human life and endeavor. And of course, we can't forget the 12 signs of the zodiac, each with its own set of characteristics and correspondences.
It's mind-boggling how he wove all these different systems together. Do you think there's any truth to these astrological correspondences? I mean, have you ever noticed any correlation between your own zodiac sign and your personality traits or experiences?
I think it's fascinating how many people, even those who don't consider themselves believers in astrology, find that their zodiac sign resonates with them on some level. Perhaps it's a matter of self-fulfilling prophecy. Or perhaps there are deeper forces at play that we don't fully understand. Agrippa certainly believed that our birth charts, those snapshots of the heavens at the moment we entered the world, held valuable insights into
our character and destiny.
It definitely makes you think about the interconnectedness. Everything. And speaking of connections, Agrippa had this intriguing idea about the soul of the world. Could you explain that concept a bit?
Absolutely. This was one of Agrippa's most profound and forward-thinking ideas. He envisioned the soul of the world as a kind of universal consciousness or life force that permeates everything in the cosmos. He saw it as the intelligent, rational force that governs the movements of the celestial bodies and influences life here on Earth.
So it's like a universal mind that connects us all.
Precisely. And he believed that this soul of the world wasn't some distant abstract entity, but a living, breathing presence that we could interact with and even influence through our thoughts, intentions, and actions.
That's a powerful idea. It makes you feel like we're not just insignificant specks in a different universe, but active participants in a grand, interconnected cosmic dance.
And this concept was central to his understanding of magic. He believed that magicians, through their rituals and practices, could tap into this soul of the world, align themselves with its power.
So it wasn't about controlling the universe, but rather about understanding its rhythms And working in harmony with them.
Exactly. It's like surfing a wave. You don't try to force the wave to go where you want it to go. You learn to ride its energy and flow with its power. And for Agrippa, that's what magic was all about.
That's such a beautiful analogy. It really helps to put Agrippa's ideas into a modern context. But I'm curious, what did he think? The ultimate goal of magic was, was it about personal gain? Or was there a higher purpose?
That's a great question. Well, Agrippa certainly acknowledged the practical applications of magic, like healing or protection. He ultimately saw it as a path to spiritual enlightenment. He believed that by understanding and working with the celestial forces, we could elevate our consciousness and connect with the divine.
So it was about using magic to transcend our limitations and tap into a higher realm of being.
Precisely. For Agrippa, magic wasn't just about manipulating the physical world. It was about transforming ourselves and ultimately uniting with the soul of the world.
Wow. That's a pretty profound concept. It makes you think about magic in a whole new light.
It does, doesn't it? And it's a testament to Agrippa's genius that he was able to synthesize such complex ideas into a coherent and compelling system that still resonates with us today.
It's been an incredible journey, exploring Agrippa's 3 books of occult philosophy. We've delved into his ideas about mathematics, the power of numbers, the creation of magical objects, and his intricate web of celestial correspondences.
And we've even touched upon his profound concept of the soul of the world, a universal consciousness that connects us all.
But I have to ask, do you think Agrippa truly believed that all this was real? Did he actually think that people could create objects that held magical power, or that we could influence the cosmos with our thoughts and intentions?
That's a question that scholars have been debating for centuries. Some see Agrippa as a true believer in the magical arts, while others interpret his work, more metaphorically, as an exploration of the hidden depths of human consciousness and our relationship with the universe.
It's fascinating how his work can be interpreted on so many different levels, and maybe that's part of its enduring power. It invites us to question our assumptions, to consider different perspectives, and to explore the mysteries of the universe with an open mind.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it. Whether we take Agrippa's ideas, literally or metaphorically, his work challenges us to look beyond the surface of things, to seek out the hidden connections, and to embrace the wonder and mystery that lies at the heart of existence.
It really is amazing how Agrippa's work continues to fascinate and inspire us centuries later. I think it's a testament to his ability to tap into those universal questions that have always captivated humanity, questions about our place in the cosmos, the nature of reality, and the hidden potentials within ourselves.
Absolutely. And while we may not subscribe to all of his specific beliefs, Agrippa's legacy lies in his daring to explore those uncharted territories, to challenge conventional thinking, and to offer us a glimpse into a world where magic and science were not mutually exclusive, but intertwined aspects of a single unified reality.
As we've been diving into Agrippa's 3 books of occult philosophy, it struck me that his ideas weren't just about unlocking hidden forces in the universe, but also about unlocking hidden forces within ourselves. He seemed to believe that we all possess a kind of inner magic, a potential for growth and transformation that's just waiting to be tapped.
That's a great observation. Agrippa saw humans as microcosms of the macrocosm, reflecting the same divine principles and cosmic forces that govern the universe. And he believed that through self-knowledge, spiritual practice, and a deep understanding of the natural world, we could awaken those dormant powers within ourselves.
So in a way, Agrippa's work wasn't just a guide to magic, but a guide to self-discovery and personal empowerment.
I think that's a fair interpretation. Even if we don't embrace his specific magical practices, his emphasis on the interconnectedness of all things, the importance of aligning ourselves with natural rhythms, and the potential for human consciousness to shape reality offers valuable insights for anyone seeking a more meaningful and fulfilling life.
This whole deep dive has been such an eye-opening experience. It's made me question my own assumptions about the world and consider possibilities I might have dismissed before.
I think that's the true gift of exploring ideas like Agrippa's. It expands our perspectives, challenges our preconceptions, and opens our minds to new ways of seeing and experiencing the world.
And who knows, maybe it even awakens a little bit of that inner magician in all of us.
Perhaps it does, after all. As Agrippa himself might have said, the greatest magic lies not in controlling the universe, but in understanding and embracing its infinite mysteries.
Well said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of Henry Cornelius Agrippa and his 3 books of occult philosophy. We hope you've enjoyed exploring these fascinating ideas with us.
And if Agrippa's work has sparked something in you, we encourage you to keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the mysteries that lie all around us and within us.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.